How you doing? How you been? What's going on? What's good? How you getting it in? Body getting the fuzzy. What's going on? What's going on, people? It's the day of another day. Of another day that we call Monday. Anybody being said, what's going on, people? Hopefully everybody's doing anything as far as being prosperity in life and, you know, knocking down doors as far as what you need to do as far as, you know, living your dreams and stuff. You know, I came across something in reference to a transgender woman that was locked up in prison for 14 years. And her name is Passion Star. She's from Texas. I know you're looking at her, judging her, thinking that she has no makeup on and she's not as glamorous that you think of a transgender woman. But if you look into her eyes, you can see she has been through hell. So this is Passion. Okay. Now, she was locked up for 14 years. And the reason why she was locked up for 14 years, you know how you do the sales test as far as, you know, you get a car and stuff and you do a test ride? Well, her boyfriend allegedly kept going with the car and stuff like that, and she got locked up for 14 years, and she wasn't even the driver. Anyway, let me give you an idea of her storyline and what's actually happening to her. Check this out. A Texas transgender inmate Passion Star to be paroled with a possible settlement. Transgender inmate Passion Star, 14 years incarceration in Texas prison, being raped, beaten, and ignored, will soon be coming to an end. 14 years ago, her boyfriend stole a car while on a test drive with Passion in the back seat. They drove 40 miles before releasing the car. The salesman roadside, earning her a 20-year sentence. Her boyfriend has since been paroled, but Passion refused to be silenced, must have led to her a later release. In the 6-male facility where Passion Star had been housed, male inmates have identified her as feminine, and she has been raped, forced to submit to undesired sexual acts to escape violence, or threatened with sexual assault. She has filed dozens of complaints and requests to be placed in a safekeeping, but instead of taking measures into protecting herself, TDCJ officials have told her to suck dick, fight, or stop acting gay if she does not want to be assaulted. Even after horrific attacks, prison officials refused to move Ms. Star to safekeeping to protect her from violence and retaliation in the general public. She says somebody somehow needs to shed light on what's taking place in a Texas prison. Ms. Star said in a written statement, TDCJ officials get away with so much and disregard so many legitimate threats on people's safety, and it needs to stop somewhere. I fight for my life every day in here. Safety from rape and assault is not a privilege, it is a right, and I hope that this lawsuit will help make sure that it doesn't happen to anyone else. You know, Texas is one of the handful of states that originally refused to comply with the federal rapes, Prison Rape Elimination Act, and it homes to 5 of the 10 facilities in the largest rape of prison rapes in the country. Former State Governor Rick Perry calls PREA ill-conceived and decided to pass up funding that the U.S. Department of Justice had earmarked for the prevention of sexual act and, detention facilities. A year later, Texas Governor Greg Albert in May 2015 announced that the Texas will comply with the Federal Prison Rape Elimination Act as much as possible, very possibly as a result of Passion's lawsuit. The Texas Review reported that March 2015, after years of being transferred to multiple times different prisons, Star was placed in the secure housing, also called safekeeping, in the state prison system, Terror Unit in New Boston. Something she has been requesting for years. In November 2015, both sides told the court that they were negotiating a possible settlement and Miss Star's federal lawsuit and stuff. So I don't know. So basically, they're saying that she will be released. So which I'll be following the story to see what happens and stuff. Also, I came across something that says Lambda legal client Passion Star to be released after years of abuse. Now, also it says in this site as well, they saying that the release date has not been is still pending and stuff. So basically, we have to wait and see what happens. You know, it's 2017. We'll see what date she's gonna be released. And it's a lot of years to do for a car that was stolen. 14 years. Okay, you see that? 14 years. 14 years. And basically they gave the car back the same day. It wasn't like, you know, they have to wait months or years or something. Same day the car got back. 14 years. You know, not even a murder. 14 years. We watch people get out of raping people and they back home within a year. You take somebody's car, you got 14, you know, it is what it is. You know, but basically she filed a lawsuit and stuff, and basically they're saying that she's going to reach a settlement in reference to this as far as being raped inside of prison in Texas. You know, and she had to go through a lot of diversity and stuff like that, and you saw the pictures that her face showed that she had been scratched and looked like she was scarred up a lot, you know. Look at her face, all the cuts and slices in her face. It's so wrong, I tell you. We can see the physicalness of her scars, but the mental abuse of it, I'm sure it's well overwhelming and stuff. And I'm sure you're saying, well, she looks more built and stuff like that because she's not on hormones. You have to think about this. This is 14 years. This is way before the transgender movement even took place. This is even before Obama was even in office. So you could just imagine what she was going through. You know, in the meantime, of all this other stuff that's going on in her life and stuff, and the dark nights that seemed so long, and basically she was in reference to the officers that was inside of the prison that was supposed to be there to help protect and stuff. They wasn't doing that, and basically there wasn't someone that she could talk to, and they was just basically just talking her bad, telling her to don't be gay and stuff like that. Allegedly, that's what they said, you know. And she got a lawsuit and everything, and basically she's about to be released, but they didn't get the release date as of yet, as far as I know. It's now 2017, and I haven't received any information, you know, in reference to her being released and stuff, as far as I could find, you know, as far as I mean. You know, but like I said, stay strong, Passion Star. You know, it's just horrible. You know, the world is not fair, which, you know, like I know the world can be very unfair, and injustice is out the overwhelming and stuff. And even though the sad part about it that we complain about so many different things, but it seems like if it's not happened to a person, people don't care. They really don't. You know, and it's hard even for me myself when I do these videos and stuff, and you know, when I do videos in reference to a trans man being attacked or a trans, I have to be judged, I have to be ridiculed, I have to get, you didn't do this, you didn't do that right, but yet still, you could do the same video as far as what I'm doing to try to help get their names out there, and not to let them folk go up underneath the radar. You know, to let this story be, after let one person is letting someone else know something is one more than one person didn't. You know, and then I did, you know, and a lot of times, and I don't want to make this too personal, but, you know, a lot of times when I do videos and stuff like that, as far as a trans woman or a trans man that's been murdered, I'm going to be judged. Everything is going to be pointed out to me as what I did wrong. But yet and still, you could have did the same video. Once again, when I do these videos, stuff like that, it's from the passion of my heart. That's it. It's not no pay Bob. Passion of my heart. And the thing about it is that I can go on let me tell you something. I can go on anybody who made a video and I can tell you everything wrong about it. Because that's all certain people like to do, is just look for the bad in everything. You know, and that's the same thing when it comes down to her being incarcerated and stuff that people are going to judge and say, well, they can try to find the dark side, but they can never see what actually happened. She should have not been in prison for 14 years. I'm sorry, this is my opinion. That's how I feel. And she has to fight every day and every night. No one knows what that's like. Just like no one really knows what it's like to be homeless. You know, but then, and for me, sometimes I feel like I'm speaking to the wind when I'm trying to get people to understand these people's stories and their struggles. And I feel as though a lot of times we're in a world people just don't care. If it happened to me, I don't care. You know, but anyway. You know, all I can say is, Star, thank God you come out of this and you fought back and stuff like that. And pray to God that everything is much more different for you and much more better as far as your life and stuff. And her boyfriend got out and stuff, early release and stuff like that, but they kept her because she fought back and stuff. So, you know, I just want to share her storyline in reference to what's happening to her as far as her being released, you know, after 14 years. After 14 years, that is not an early release. That's a well overdue release that she should have. I can see maybe she done a year, but 14, anyway, that being said, I would love to hear you feel about this. And I'm going to let you know that I love you. And I want to thank you for watching. Catch the rain.